So in Serie A, they go for their own 16 Italian managers. In La Liga, they go for their own 15 Spanish managers. The same in France, 10 of them. The same in Germany, the Bundesliga, 9 of them. Here in England, the Premier League, Sean Dyche, Eddie Howe, that's your lot. As for the Scots, from the days of Busby, Steen, Shankly, Ferguson, Doherty, Dalglish, George, Graham, Souness, none of them. No Scots managing in the Premier League.
But it appears to be a universal opinion. I mean, ultimately, it isn't just in the English leagues that they don't think English managers are good enough. It's everywhere else. So the common denominator is everybody doesn't think English managers are good enough. Not even our own FA think an English manager is good enough.
Can you give me one right now who you would consider employing for a top job? If you were at the Helmet Palace and whatever happened to Glasner, he's gone, would there be an Englishman on your interview list?
Kieran McKenna.
He's Irish.
Oh, well, not
okay. Right,
from the British Isles.
From the British
Isles. Kieran McKenna. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So many people getting in touch with this. Michael's a Chelsea fan. Michael, where do you stand in this? I mean, one of our own, this is what we're talking about. Should we not be proud of the Premier League's globalisation or concerned by it? What do you think? Are English not being given a proper chance?
Well, firstly, love the show as always. Secondly, they have been given a chance and they've flopped it. They've all flopped it. It's Potter got the chance at Chelsea. Okay, it was a challenging environment.
Yeah.
We can either go back to Lampard, who did well in his first season, but when it comes down to it, you have to win a trophy, and Lampard didn't win us a trophy. I'm more confident in having a foreign manager at our club than an English manager. Also, going back.
Why, Michael? Specifically, why on that, mate?
Why? They've just got this. It's just a winning mentality. They all seem to have, rather than the English managers. I don't know what it is. It's maybe a confidence. Tactically they're a lot better.
Pochettino didn't win you anything.
Sorry?
Pochettino didn't win anything.
True. But at the moment, we're currently doing well. But regarding Poch, I think he tried to steady the ship more than anything.
Yeah.
We came out of a very difficult period. He came in, we had a squad that wasn't gelling together properly. And I think towards the end of the season, when he finally started to see it working, he got us up the table. We finished 6th or 7th or whatever. And then he left, I think, maybe due to, disagreements with the owners and all that. But besides the point, when it came down to it and he implemented his vision,
sure,
he did a fairly good job towards the end. So,
okay.
That's my point on Pochettino.
Michael, great points. Liked your call. Thank you for that. Brady's a Manchester United fan. Of course, Brady, you had Sir Alex for so long, and then you had Moyes. But now, no Scots at all in the Premier League, and only 2 English. Where do you stand on it?
I would agree with Simon. Look, if you're good enough, you get the job. It's the same old story, with foreign players and English players. Bellingham went over to Madrid, to the biggest club in the world. He's English. He played because he's better. As I say, English managers, if you're good enough, you'll get the job. If you're not, it's the best league in the world. You're not going to get a job.
Should an Englishman have been further up the queue than Amarim to get the job at your place?
But who? Who are you going to have? You're going to have Potter, who crumbled at Chelsea. You're going to have Southgate, who crumbles in finals with England. Who's out there? There's no one out there.
You can't make an argument. I mean, he's absolutely right. It's all well and good saying, should we, could we, would we? But what do you do? If the common denominator, the argument was always advanced to me by people like Souness was idiot football owners, by foreign players because they're cheaper. Now the problem for that argument is these buggers can't argue it because every aspect of football now is owned by someone other than an Englishman or employing someone other than an Englishman. And the common denominator is not English. And why is that? Why do English managers not manage abroad? Why does nobody want them abroad specifically or explicitly? Not many want them abroad. Nobody wants them in England either in the elite leagues. What does that tell you? Does it tell you that everybody else is wrong and the English managers are being maligned and marginalised and it's unfair and we should introduce a quota for them? Or is it something to do with them? Or us.
I mean, the time has come and gone. I mean, I'm so saddened by the fact that some great Scottish names from the past, and now there's none in there to follow them up. There's Sir Rod is saying, Jimmy, you've forgotten Walter Smith at Everton, and you're right. But in amongst that Scottish clutch of people, Busby, Steen, Shankly, Ferguson. I know we're going back some years now. Even
Great
going
managers.
back years to Dalglish, George Graham and Souness.
I mean, Dalglish was a product of the Liverpool system, wasn't he? I mean, ultimately he was a great player at Celtic, but
True.
he came through, when he joins Liverpool when he's 26, 27 and picks up the mantle that Liverpool had built there, which was a succession of managers that came through the system.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, obviously, and Kenny went over to Blackburn, did a great job there. Struggled a little bit at Newcastle, but the point is this: is that if you have to look internally, you've got to stop blaming everybody else and saying it's an opportunity being denied.
Right.
No one is biased against English managers, and if they are, ask yourself why.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.